What's going on, everyone? It's Greg back with some more Moonlight Sculptor. I know it's been a minute. It was kind of slow during the merge process, and it's still a little bit slow out there. We'll talk about that in a second. But I wanted to get a video in on the new Scramble after server merge. So, before we get into that, thank you guys for all the support. If you can, hit that like button, put a comment down below to help me in the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on. So, what's going on this week? Well, we've had servers merged about a week ago from when this is being posted, and at least we got a few more guilds going on, a little bit more population, but it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know if they changed something, because it seems like the channels are able to have more people in them at this point than they had before, and things are getting a little more crowded, where it seems like the whole point of the channels is to kind of spread things out. So I don't really know what's going on there, but it is what it is. And the one thing I've been looking forward to for quite some time now, because I was only able to participate in one and didn't know what the heck I was doing. I still don't really know what the heck I'm doing, but it's whatever. And so I was excited for this Scramble, and I'll just go ahead and preface this by saying, I switched out my old guild. We went ahead and disbanded, and some of us went one way, some went another way. I joined home with a few of my other guildies, and it's kind of where I'm at now. And I gotta say, I haven't been playing the game a whole lot lately. Probably missed a ton of raids and things like that. I'm kind of doing the bare minimum right now, a little bit of leveling here and there, but I wanted to jump on for the Scramble, and I'm interested to see what happens with the patch this week. So let's go ahead and talk about the Scramble itself. So we did have 3 guilds sign up, which I am very thankful for. It's definitely more fun. You have more guilds sign up, more people to fight, and more people fighting each other. So it's not really just like a one-sided thing, which is one I experienced on NA2. But now all the servers combined, we had 3 guilds, and we were actually not doing very well early on, and then we picked it up later on in the game. Now I'm not a super whale. I'm not able to hang in there with the top dogs, but I got some decent attack, and I can take some people out here and there. What's helpful for me is to run with some other folks, so that it's a little bit slower for me to get targeted. And I'll tell you one thing, and I'll explain this while I'm playing the video. The top left just ain't for me. That's for the big dogs. I ain't there yet. You'll see me kind of hang around the town and pick out some fights here and there. And so, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get into the actual footage. So I did go ahead and trim this down and edit it, but let me go ahead and hit play here. So right now, this is, let's see, about 7 minutes into the Scramble. Wasn't much going on. We were just trying to get a lay of the land, figure out what we're doing. At this point, we're like, okay, let's try to go top left and help some of our other folks. So here I am, and I did help, take out one, but there's like quite a few up here. And we got James, which was J Great on NA2. The big whale, and of course he froze me with his armor, and from here I'm about to get pounded on. As you can see, my party is down south a little bit. I really should have stuck with them, but I didn't, so there I died. Then I ended up coming back to town, and this is, let's see, this is a little bit later, about 5 minutes later. We were down here, I think, making our way back up to that top left to try that again, but here we picked up a straggler. And let's see, this is about 48 minutes in. So again, I ended up just walking around looking for people, and which is why I cut out a lot of this footage, because there was really nothing going on. And here it is. They said, let's go guys, let's go take the campfire. All right, great, let me go ahead and port up there. Nope, dead again pretty quick. Screw that. So here I am back near town, ran into hobbles. Of course I don't have anyone with me right now, and I lost that fight. And then again, we got quite a few battles right here outside of the main town. This was Level coming through, destroying a couple of us. If we go in one by one, it's not good. You gotta stick together as a team and get that DPS in all together at the same time. So here again, we're a lot of fighting here at this entrance to the town, and I killed Mock right there. We exchanged quite a few times throughout the Scramble. Here I did go ahead and look at the progress. Oh no, I was actually summoning my guildie who got dropped from the party. I thought I cut that out, but I guess I didn't. Oh well. So again, we're just taking these little fights out here, and I don't know what happened here. All right, Luminous got dropped. I'm not sure. I wish it was a little bit more obvious, you know, when you kill someone versus, you know, or maybe if they could have assists or something in there to kind of just show you, you know, you contributed to this kill. Here, Mocha was running up on me, had some help, and again, I think me and Mocha exchanged a few times through the evening. This was definitely a lot more fun, a lot more interesting than the first one I was in. Like I said, we had two different guilds here, a little bit of time fighting Unoya, a little bit of time fighting Royal, and you know, overall it was just a fun experience, much more enjoyable than the last one. Even though like for a lot of it we were losing, but it didn't matter. I was still having fun, and I really honestly didn't care if we lost at that point. You know, it just was what it was, and I just enjoyed the fights. So here you go, we got some more fights out here. Loveless and Mock keep coming out. At some point we have a few other people join. We got the big tanky boy Henry K coming out every now and then. When Soup shows up, run the other way. You know, there's a few simple rules you can follow when you know that trouble is coming. Here I got dropped by Mock. Like I said, we kind of exchanged a few times. So again, you know, Dad come back out from town. Here's Henry, like I was just saying a minute ago. You can't hit him, you can't take him down, like unless you have like a full group on him. So kind of just avoid that. Here I noticed that I was kind of alone right now, or separated from my people. So I'm like, let me go back up a little bit, and you know, get my bearings straight. Let me come wrap around. So here I am, and while I'm out, guys, when you out on the map and stuff, just kill a few mobs here and there. That's points too. It's not a whole lot of points, not as good as PvP, but I did do a lot of mob killing when I was just running around, because you know, a lot of times you didn't find people. So just went ahead and take some mobs out while we were going along. So now it looks like I'm trying to head back up, trying to join up with a couple people, and again end up running into Henry. Can't hit him, but he does get dropped once we have enough of us on him. So at this point, you know, quite a few times we just exchanged control of this outside area, outside of the residential district. Here Mocha came run out again and took care of Mocha. Henry coming up from behind again. You know, I think he dropped me here. Let's see. Yeah, he dropped me here, and I mean, it was just when he was there, you know, definitely a little bit harder. We had to focus our efforts a little bit better. So again, Henry out here. Then I noticed I just ended up getting surrounded. I tried to get a few AoEs off. I guess I didn't really get surrounded. It looks like it was just Loveless there and dropped me pretty quick. So what I did? Oh, I went ahead and revived in place. I didn't do that too often, but every now and then. And here I see Mocha coming up again. Who are we hitting? I'm hitting Henry right now. Man, Henry just does not want to go down. Mocha is down. And what ended up happening? I think I ended up running at this point, because I know Mock can drop me, so it wasn't. That was definitely an unfair fight with Henry and Mock. So I didn't bother. At this point, here we are, 35 minutes left, and my guildies like, come on, let's hold this campfire up here. And sure enough, I come up in here and I get dropped. So then I just get out as fast as I can, because look, I can't hang with the big dogs. Like I said, I can't. I'm a glass. I'm not even glass cannon. I'm a glass BB gun. So, you know, I mean, I can do some decent damage. I'm not like, well, I don't know what the best analogy is there. But either way, you know, I'm not like, no, I can't even say airsoft. BB gun is gonna be kind of similar in terms of damage, so to speak. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I come in there with, you know, my little decent damage and absolutely nothing else to come to the table. I mean, I got some physical damage down from my cape, but overall, you know, I'm not doing that whole plate build thing. I'm not doing massive amount of physical. I'm not doing massive amount of magic defense. It's just what I got from my gear. So, but overall, I just out here to have fun. I'm not a big, huge min maxer in all cases, and definitely not in this case. I just try to enjoy the game. And unfortunately, I gotta say, the devs aren't really keeping up that well. There's a lot of miscommunication around what was happening before the merge, and then we were supposed to get a patch last Thursday, and they delayed it, and we are finally getting a patch tomorrow. So hopefully, get some decent content. Looks like it's just kind of upgrading like the raids and dungeons and things like that to account for everyone's increase in levels. But we'll have to wait and see exactly what we're gonna get. Hopefully we get enough to people enjoy. I think I just got hit for 55k there from Soup. Ridiculous. That's what those whales can do. I gotta say, the way they did this, the gap in this game, I feel like was not well thought through. I understand they want to maximize their money and stuff, but having someone who can just pump in money, dollar after dollar, and just continually increase in strength, which I guess there is essentially a cap, of course, like with the +4 gear, you get all the +20, but then there's all the extra stuff you do to it, enhancing it, all that good stuff, and whales can just throw the money there. And then you got the sculptures and getting the gold sculptures and things like that. The gap can get so huge between even just dolphins, or like a easygoing pay to win. We're definitely not winning, so to speak, but we can do a decent chunk of damage in raids and things like that. But the gap between us and the whales is just kind of ridiculous, and I feel like they should have had some kind of safeguards in there. Like, you don't want to just make it where you got one person running around one shot at everybody. Now, at least on here we have the 3 guilds a little bit more evenly distributed, and besides maybe Soup, which I don't think I really paid attention to how many times Soup died, the whales, like, they still died a fair bit. So that's really helpful when there's the 3 guilds in here, because then you have more people fighting and you can spread out that responsibility. Alright, so what we got left here? We're at 22 minutes on the counter. Of course, like I said, I didn't include all the footage, so this is definitely a little bit shorter than what the actual Scramble was, but a lot of times I just run around looking for lobies and not finding them. They grabbed Mock right there. Like I said, we exchanged quite a bit. And this was we were holding the, what do you call this, the east side of the residential district, the east side bridge, and we kind of switched it between there and down below the residential district, like right now in the spot we're at now. And some people try to play this safe spot a little bit, and we just kind of ran back and forth and picked off people as we could. Oh, here comes Henry again. As you see, I'm running the other way because we're not far behind him was Love, Lust, and Mock. And here, ran up on Hood again, but had my buddy Monty with me. And give him a little shout out there. Like, I probably stole quite a few of his kills that he probably could have had, simply because I can drop that damage real quick. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's about the teamwork. Here I was off on my own, which I really need to stop being off on my own, and ran into Gluttony, and I believe Monty ran into him shortly after. So unfortunately, that's one of those things where you got to kind of try to stay together. You both need to scout and stuff, but at the same time, you need to be able to engage in battles together. That's, I think, was one of the key things about Scramble. Like, it's not just everyone running around doing free for all. You have to have some coordination, do some grouping, and it will help you guys survive a little bit longer and have more, better chance of taking people out. So here I ran up on Zeus and got dropped. And of course, this is up there by that campfire in top left. It's just not my place. Not my place at all. So at that point, somewhere around there, I ended up getting kicked out of the Scramble because I teleported. So here, I did actually wait until the end of the Scramble and left the screen up, and it looked like it still let me access the stats and stuff. So as you can see here, I did get 12th place, and we ended up winning the Scramble. So you know what? Of course we won. It's fun. because we won, but it's also I just had an enjoyable time, much more enjoyable time than I had last time. I do hope that we can maintain 3+ guilds coming to the Scramble. I'm kind of doubtful that's gonna happen, but we'll have to wait and see. Definitely shout out to the boys and well everyone in home and for welcoming us from the other guild, and kind of just seems like it was a real smooth transition, no issues there. So I definitely enjoyed that. And at this point it's really just kind of like a passion in myself. Like there's some other games I'm enjoying that I'm gonna start making some content on as well, and this one is just kind of falling off for me. It's I still enjoy it, I like the game, but people aren't sticking around. It sucks to see a revolving door, and you know I just want to have a good time and not feel like I am just grinding all day. And unfortunately sometimes the game just feels like grinding. You just set up auto somewhere and come back later, you know, and you know, do your guild hunting grounds. At this point I'm trying to stay disconnected for a couple hours so I can go in there and get the extra XP. And you know, that's just where it's at right now. It's hard to say what the future holds, but we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, we're getting a new patch tomorrow, probably make some content on that. Other than that, like I said, I am playing some other games, and you might be interested. There's one game that I've really fallen in love with, and it is very, very, very free to play friendly, and I will be doing a video on that soon. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, it wasn't like anything too fancy. I'm not like a giveaway. I can just go around one shot and everyone, but at least you get an idea of what's happening in Scramble right now, especially in Tamlin, where it is mostly about the PKs and you know, a little bit about the boss, which is why all those stronger people focus that top left. So me, I'm just gonna avoid that top left in the future. Not gonna bother with it. Stick around town. It seems to be my sweet spot. And like I said, hopefully we can continue to have 3+ guilds join the Tamlin raid. I'm not raid Scramble, but we'll have to wait and see. So if you have any questions, anything you want to see, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.